Hey guys, Amanda here at Bare Bones Living, and today I have a confession. And if you know me at all, it's no surprise to you, but I am a humongous procrastinator, which usually means that I am left scrambling and cramming everything into one day just to make sure that I get everything done that needs to be done. And that's the case today. I have had these peppers harvested sitting on my dining room table for weeks now. And while I have used a few in recipes and I've preserved a few in like sauces and things like that, I still have a ton. And they're getting older and I really need to do something with these before they go bad. So that's what I'm going to do today. And I thought I would bring you guys along with me. So I'm actually going to start with my sweetest peppers. These are my sweet chocolate peppers. I'm also wearing gloves. Even though these are sweet peppers, I'm going to start with my sweet peppers and move to my hotter peppers, but I still don't want all those oils in my fingers and then touch my kids or my eyes or something like that. So with my bell peppers, I'm just going to dice them and freeze them for future recipes. So I'll just show you quickly how I do one, and then I'm just gonna move along with that. I just cut next to the stem, and then you can see all of these seeds and easily pop that out. I'm going to actually pull out those membranes too. I don't think they lend anything to the flavor, especially of a sweet pepper. And I'm a texture person. So that one is ready to dice up. And then again with the other side, same thing. Easy enough. You just pop out all those seeds. And then I can save these seeds for future gardening in case I'm running low at some point. And now I did not protect the blossoms on these plants, so there is a possibility that these seeds are cross-pollinated, which means that the fruit from the plants that these seeds grow may not be true to this variety. It might not be 100% a chocolate, sweet chocolate bell pepper, which is fine with me, but it could have picked up pollen from a jalapeno or something like that, or you know, it just might not be 100% this fruit, the offspring, but I know that. And so if I decide to ever use these seeds, I'm going to make note of that, and when I get the fruit from these plants, I'll taste test it, and sometimes you can actually tell with how the fruit forms and stuff like that if it's not true to what it's supposed to be. And if it turns out just like this, then I know it's not cross-pollinated, and I know that all of these seeds are not cross-pollinated. But that's only true to this one pepper. Like this one pepper could have been cross-pollinated, and this one pepper might not have been cross-pollinated. So, I mean, it's up to your discretion. It doesn't really bother me, but that's just for your information kind of thing. So then I'm just going to chop this up how we're going to use it. No one in my family is a big pepper fan except for me. So when I cook peppers, I better make sure that they're small so that no one really notices them. So I'm just going to do a small chop for these, and I'll use these in future pasta sauce, soups, casseroles, eggs, or like a Southwest potato or something like that. Really anything. They're really very versatile. Peppers hold up great in the freezer. So this is really a wonderful option when you have a lot of peppers and you're wondering what to do with them. So I'm just going to keep moving along with these sweet chocolate peppers, and then I'll move on to my red bell peppers, and I have some orange bell peppers as well. So for these Anaheim peppers, I'm just going to be cutting off the ends, taking out the seeds. I'll split the pepper into two halves, take out the membrane in the middle, and I'm going to be laying them on a parchment lined cookie sheet, and I'm going to roast them to get off all these skins. And then I'll dice them and freeze them for just diced green chilies. And usually when you use diced green chilies, they come in like a 4-ounce little can. So a 4-ounce serving of these green chilies is about 4 to 5 Anaheim peppers. So I have about 4. I'm going to package these in 4 different freezer bags so that I already know it's portioned out about 4 ounces. So I'll just show you again with one. I'm going to chop off the top here. Cut it in half. Pull out the membrane and the seeds. And then lay it on my cookie sheet. And I'll just do that for all of them. I'll probably have a couple of cookie sheets full. And then I'm going to roast these for about 20 minutes at 450. You want them a little golden, slightly charred, but you don't want them like black roasted. So I'm just going to kind of watch around the 20-minute mark. And then I'll let them cool, peel off the skins, and dice them up. Okay, so here I have some nata Penios. Some of them are ripened red, some of them are still green. But all I'm going to do with these and my jalapenos, but I'm going to put them in 2 separate bags because I'm going to want to know which one is the hot and which one is not. All I'm going to do is basically the same thing that I've been doing, and I'm just going to cut the tops off, and then I actually need a smaller knife because I'm going to take out, actually on these I guess I don't have to because they're not Penios, but you could take out that membrane. So I'm just going to freeze I'm just going to take these tops off of the nata Penios since they're not hot. And I'm just going to freeze them whole so that I can use them. I can stuff these peppers. I can half these peppers. I can dice them, or I can just throw a whole pepper into salsa or something like that to cook down. I can later dry these out and make ancho powder. But I'm just going to freeze them like this. Okay, so now my peppers have roasted for about 20 minutes. Some of them got a little darker than I had anticipated, but that's because they're smaller. But that's okay. So these are still hot out of the oven, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them into a bowl. And I'm going to cover it with a towel and let them sweat. And this is going to help. This is going to help me to pull off all those skins. So as you can see, I actually just used some plastic wrap kind of loosely over it, and it's starting to fog up. This is just going to kind of steam in here and help those skins loosen up while it's cooling. I have it a little bit vented so it can still cool off. But I'm going to let this cool for another 15 minutes or so, and then I'm going to peel off the skins and chop them. So I wanted to show you what I ended up with after processing all of my peppers that were on my dining room table. I ended up with half of a quart freezer bag of diced bell peppers. I have both red and orange in here. I have another probably half of a quart bag of the sweet chocolate bell peppers here. A whole thing of jalapenos, and I just decided to keep them all whole, and I can either slice these, dice these, core them and stuff them. I can, they're very versatile just keeping them whole, so I just decided to keep them whole. These are the jalapenos, and these are the nata Penios. I diced up my corbachi peppers, but they're supposed to be a sweet pepper, and I tasted them, and they're not. And I can't remember if I used seeds that I had saved, so I put like a question mark. They might have gotten cross-pollinated. Not quite sure about that. My giant marconis I left whole because I want to make like chili rellenos or something like that, or stuff these somehow. And then after I cut the tops off of my Anaheim peppers and cut them in half, I roasted them, skinned them, and diced them. And I was thinking that 4 to 5, the recipe that I saw said 4 to 5 peppers would make 4 ounces, and 4 peppers ended up, those really thin ones that got burnt I couldn't use. So each bag got about 4 Anaheim peppers, and it's only about 2 ounces instead of the 4 ounces, but that's okay because, like I said, I feed my boys that don't like spice, and my husband doesn't like the spice, so I'm okay with just 2 ounces. It'll add enough flavor and heat for me, but not too much for them. So instead of getting the 4 that I thought, I got 3 that are only about 2 ounces. And then the rest of my cayenne peppers that I had on the table, I'm just going to dehydrate for more cayenne pepper, and red pepper flakes. So these are all just going to go into our freezer just as is, and I'll be able to break it up enough. I'll just lay them flat in my freezer, stack them up on top of each other, and then when I'm ready for them in a recipe, I'll just, break off a chunk or whatever, or however many I want to use, and add them into my recipe. And these will all get frozen, and like I said before, peppers are really great frozen as a frozen vegetable because they just work really well in recipes. So that's where these are all destined to reside. Thank you guys for stopping by today and joining in on our journey here at Bare Bones Living. We'll catch you on the next one.